Hello there, Golf Freak here, and welcome back to some Let's Play of Dragon Age Inquisition Trespasser. We last left off. Oh boy, he came back. So he just showed up here to blow everything up. No, 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 no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Everybody needs to hurry up and run away. Oh, so no matter what happens, it hurts every... That makes no sense. I mean, it makes so much sense as me protecting them, I guess, but... Okay. While it's actually recharging... Actually, you've already used one. You both used one. Not what I wanted to do, guys. Let's use all my potions up. I thought that the Veil used some of my fate points. It doesn't. Whoop thief. Can I travel through this?
One of the mirrors must lead out of here.
Oh, did that just teleport me down there? Okay.
We need to hurry.
I just like go through this. Well, heck, then I just disappear. And poof. Oh, shoot, he went down. And he's back up. He probably doesn't have... Actually, you don't have any focus? Nobody has focus, because apparently that's something that also happens.
Let us finish this.
You are dead, Inquisitor. Your soul is dust.
Okay, I'm not sure what it has to do with anything. Oh, I have to fight him now. I'm not sure I want to know what he's doing. Holy cow. Oh, he's just making lava pools. Okay, so he's got control over demons now. Why are you right up in it? And he does have a barrier thingy around the mirror, because, yeah. I would have just gone right past him otherwise. Another game crash. Okay, here we go again. Oh heck, if it's not gonna go, I'm just gonna wait till I get 2 bars. Well, not quite 2 bars. Oh, that was what was supposed to happen, I see. Oh, and he just yoinked all my stuff. So there goes that plan. Okay. Get out. Get out. And they spawn in and immediately die. Okay, everybody just get out. Let's not take any unnecessary damage. Oh, we can't get out of that. I see. Okay, he just had them switch positions. That's bizarre. And Cassandra is bloody frozen. Okay, now she can move again. That was the first healing potion I've used, apparently. You're there, you're there. Let's go and try and die. apparently gonna attack you. Oh, what timing. Oh, it affects everything. Okay. That's good to know. You get out. You get out. And that switching positions with people is annoying. Oh, geez, that's not good. Oh, it just died. Okay. There we go. That was supposed to be a really cool shot, I guess, but I used my mark before I was supposed to, like right before I was supposed to. Just me? Just me.
Ah!
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata.
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Canary to trouble me no further.
Solas.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
The Kunari believe you're an agent for someone who has taken the name Fen-Harel.
The Canary reject myth and legend. If you told them of your meeting with Mythor, they would attribute it to a demon. I am no one's agent but my own. I fear that the truth is much simpler and much worse than the Canary believe.
You're Fen-Harel.
I was Solas first. Fen-Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
Our legends about you are wrong. I saw the truth as we traveled the crossroads.
You saw another story, written in desperation to give me more credit than I ever deserved.
You were a hero, Solas.
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen-Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the Elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanuris are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. A crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evanuris.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them.
Feeding time.
She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanuris would have destroyed the entire world.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via Dethara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. Your legends are half right. We were immortal. It was not the arrival of humans that caused us to begin aging. It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
The Evanuris were elven mages. How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evanuris.
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanuris down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much. I am not Corypheus. I take no joy in this. But the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition. Your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
You gave your orb to Corypheus.
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy where I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
What would have happened if Corypheus had died and you had recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
So at least some of the stories about the Dread Wolf are true?
I did not lead a rebellion against immortal mage kings without getting my hands bloody. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
For whatever it's worth, thanks for the castle.
For whatever it's worth, you used it well.
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such. Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it? Perhaps we should ask your friend, the Iron Bull. Tell me, where is he? Do you know how I discovered the Canary plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep. The Canary spies in the Inquisition tripped over my spies in the Inquisition. The Elven Guard who led you to the Canary body? Who intercepted the servant with the Gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why bother disrupting the Canary plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
I guess we owe you for that one too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
You control the Eluvians now.
Yes. You remember Briala from Hallam Shiral? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Canary stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Eluvians are now mine.
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
Yes, I'm sorry. And we are almost out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
You don't need to destroy this world. I'll prove it to you.
I would treasure the chance to be wrong once again, my friend. Take my hand. I'm sorry. Live well, while time remains.
Great. Just great. Hopefully that was the right choice, because that's gonna affect whatever's coming in the next series. Bloody heck. So we would spend the Inquisition remains, and we either decide we're spending trying to kill Solas or redeem him, I guess.
Agree something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Canary.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first place.
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Canary spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, I doubt you would be alive to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
Okay, so do we disband the Inquisition and risk corruption? This is more my character.
You all know what this is. A writ from Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. We have fulfilled that pledge. And now the war is over, for most of us. It is time for our soldiers to sheathe their swords and go home. To all who served, thank you. It has been an honor. Effective immediately, the Inquisition is disbanded.
Yeah. Wait, why is she leaving? Ah, there we go! So that's why everyone left, so that the one person who wasn't going to leave. So, in short order, the Inquisition was disbanded, some were relieved to see the unpredictable organization dismantled, others prepared to remember the Inquisition's good works and that many lives it had saved. Those who had served returned to their former lives, knowing they had stopped a great evil from destroying the world, and hoping that peace for which they had fought remained once the Inquisition was gone. With the Dragon's Breath disrupted and the hope of swift victory dashed, the Qunari retreated back to the north. Few knew what debates were waged in Parvolan, but it was not long after the exile canceled, the Qunari launched new attacks against Tevinter. The aggression caught the already unstable Imperium off guard. Tevinter was soon marred in a war many feared could spread across Thedas. The Exalted Council remained intact, advising Divine Victoria on important matters. Cassandra served for several years. However, she eventually became disgusted by Vivienne, who felt Chanticleer's intent, and left the council. Cassandra also spent the time in her march north of Orlais, where she worked to rebuild the Seekers. For a time, the new Seekers remained reclusive, showing no interest in worldly affairs, yada yada. As the Inquisition forces returned to civilian life, its mages pushed for independence from the Circle. Divine Victoria secured her son with disposal, chose to be monogamous, allowed them to remain as the College of Enchanters as a mark of her regard for the Inquisition. The next few years, the College and the Circle coexisted peacefully, if barely. Liana continued to act as the Inquisition Spy Master in its final months as an independent organization. During this time, she shared many of her responsibilities with her most trusted agents, including Carter, Rector, and Harding. Many believe that Liliana feared what lay on the horizon and was grooming successors in anticipation of the challenges ahead. Sarah left the Inquisition scarcely more ties than when she began, disappearing back to a confusing wave of favors and friends. After seeing the world brought to the brink of arrogance and pride, it was a blessing to return to normal, however strange and normal it might be. With frequent visits to her Whittle, of course. Ah, so her and Harding? I can't. Wait, what? Varric took the role of Viscount and with the help of his friend Hawk, rebuilt Kirkwall's damaged. His real estate finally became a major trade hub with the Free Marches. He continues to ignore all mail from both the British Guild and the Prince of Starkhaven. It was never clear if the Admiral knew he'd be forced to turn upon the Inquisition, or if he was lying the entire time. Regardless, after his death, Talbashal mercenaries across Orlais and Ferelden were looked upon with suspicion. Those who remained in the south found their lives harder as a result. After the Inquisition disbanded, Cullen retired from active service. He returned to Ferelden, establishing a sanctuary for former Templars on land Divine Victoria granted to him. With his help, many Templars shed their benediction, and those minds who were too far gone to spend their last days in comfort, and he promised that, should his friends from the Inquisition ever need him, his blade would be ready. Dorian returned to Deventer to take his father's place in the Magisterium. Dorian's voiced resistance against corruption. Along with the Magistrates, he formed a group called something to redeem Deventer, a fight many thought hopeless. Those fighting by Master Farrier's side noted that he kept a constant communication with the Inquisitor via message crystal. Whether for vital information or for moral support, these talks seemed to give Dorian the strength to continue his fight. After the Exalted Council, Tom Raynor bid farewell to his friends and went to Weishaupt Fortress to pledge himself. Yeah, we've tracing the years that followed. Some say the encounter Raynor and Falklands, their accounts always similar. Raynor carried out the duty of the wardens, but always found time to help others along the way. Sometimes he served as a shield for the defenseless, other times he spread simple cheer among the children with gifts of small carved toys. With the Inquisition disbanded, Josephine made her farewells and returned to Antiva and her family. Thanks to the Inquisition's help, the Monthliers are once again permitted to trade in Orlais. Where's the punchline? When the expeditions were built this time, as many ships Monthly Crest were built and set sail from Antiva's harbors. Soon, pirates, Josephine's ancestors took the seas, determined to rekindle the rivalry. Nearly eloping with the... On one occasion, Lima took the development in stride. Okay. Found himself warmly received by Josephine's family, and House Montelier soon became a second home. A place where the Inquisitor could, at least, find peace for a time with Josephine happily by his side. Cole returned to the Fade, saying that there was more pain coming, and he knew where compassion would be most needed. He promised that his friends at the Inquisition would remember him, and that where it hurt was the greatest, he would help. After the events of the Winter Palace, elves left the Inquisition under mysterious circumstances, as did elven servers across Theodas. None could say where they went, but those who believed the Inquisitor's story about Fenrir wondered just how large the Dreadwolves' forces were, and what the ancient elven rebel had planned. Awesome, so that's the next story. Forever marked.
My agents have found nothing. With the Illuvians, he could be anywhere.
With the Inquisition officially disbanded, we have no army, no formal alliances.
We have what we truly need.
Each other.
We will need to be careful.
Solas knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself. If we can.
Oh man, we're going to Deventer? What? Oh man! So we have to make friends in the Deventer Imperial. Although we are talking with Dorian. So that's possible. So what do I think? Some big twists and turns. I like the idea of their website, which lets you set the world states, because I don't know if playing the good guy works out as well as maybe playing the good and bad guy. But, you know, my character's an elf. Doesn't hate Solas. I've got no reason to really hate Solas. It's just Austin Solas wants to reshape the world. And it's kind of hard to see it, and it's hilarious that I find it's like, oh, I was wrong. Oh, I was wrong. But this time I'm going to be right. And it's almost like his viewpoint is almost insanity. Like, he's just insane. So, can I skip this? I don't know if there's anything else after. But anyway, so what do I think about the DLC itself? Story-wise, I loved it. It was great. This is part 12, so it's about 6 hours of content. You know, I think it could have been better. What do I think about the Iron Bull defecting? He's a good liar. I never used him ever because I liked having the fighter, the sword and shield, being like the tanks instead of damage dealers. So I really did prefer not to use him at all. On top of that, he was kind of meh. Which actually would have been interesting if we don't hire the Iron Bull. What happens? Man, that's almost worth another playthrough. You don't hire the Iron Bull. Then Solas doesn't have the whole, hey, remember the Iron Bull? He betrayed you. That would be interesting. That might even be a better playstate if you don't take the Iron Bull. Which kind of sucks, because some people really like this character. And I didn't hate him. But yeah. Dang. Only character I didn't like is Rayleigh.
A new book? All this shit is weird. Oh, Varric, that is a terrible title. What are you even thinking?
So there is content during this. I like how Blackwall is Alistair.
The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark and stormy night, centered on a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day. Comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition.
So if I were to do things differently, not take the Iron Bull, in all hindsight, put Cassandra on the Divine.
Carter money. In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down. Mostly down. Not playing, weirdy, she said, gesturing with and dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss up a rope. Sarah made the subtext text, which suited me fine.
Oh, this is pretty good. But yeah. Not the Iron Bull, put Cassandra on the throne, or whatever it's called, but yeah.
Of beautiful poison spreading in a wineglass. She sized me up with a glance.
I'm so glad you made it, my dear. I am Madame
the
Fair,
voices.
the most terrifying person you shall ever meet.
That's difficult. She's voice acting Cassandra, voice acting. Oh my gosh.
Liliana enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could count on your support. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late.
Even if it requires your death.
What was that from? Anyway, it'll be really cool when I read the Inquisitor, Hawk, and the Warden against Solas.
Tightly in Blackwall's hand. The Silverite wings of valor. They mean nothing. He flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic. Cole moved like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die. It's a riddle, he whispered.
Move shouldn't
a
come.
cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone.
That's pretty good,
makes
actually.
as much sense as anything Cole says.
That was a pretty good one.
Do you place your herald above the law, Ambassador?
Whose law, my lady?
Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals.
The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management.
We are the law.
So next game in a couple years, we're going to be dealing with this. That's great. That's just great. I can't wait to see how everything ties in
We left our mark
to the next
on
game, but that's not going to happen for like
but the
another
dust
3-4 years
hadn't settled,
minimum.
And neither had Harding. I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning.
If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double.
What is even happening here?
I'm keeping it going because I'm loving this.
The Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry. One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. Come on, he barked, not looking back as he entered. The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually. The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity. Still had the time to style his hair. This isn't just a war, he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. It's the only war. Cullen! That's Cullen!
No kidding! Wait till she gets to the part that's her.
The mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. The name's Dorian, he glared. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time. A toad? That's hardly credible. The bold elf spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. You're crazy, the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric.
Now get to the part where it's you. And she like doesn't know who it is, or she gets really pissed off at him, or...
Wait, where am I? I don't... Oh, here it is. The Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful. Varric, I was wrong about everything, she sobbed. Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me? That dwarf, he put me in the book! I'm in the book! I am reading the shit out of this!
Last try to reach the social jokes. Love that, yeah. There we go. Good way to end it. Let's see, is there anything else, or are we gonna... So it's the next game, so that was definitively the end of Dragon Age Inquisition. Until you play it again. I already did. So yeah, love the game. I can't wait for the next one. And I will most likely be importing the save as it is. I don't think I'll change it unless something comes up. I've already been asked what race I'm gonna play as. Well, it depends on the races available, but I tend to lead elf and human. I basically uploaded a different save game I played, which was different from the YouTube one I previously uploaded, which was elf, human, hawk, obviously, and then elf. So yeah, I'm really hoping that the next game will kind of be a nice big, I guess you could say, like, a wrap-up of this storyline that ties in the first game, the second game, and the third game, and you get all the people show up and stuff happens. But anyway, I don't know what the next game's plan is. You gotta figure out the writing and stuff. They gotta do that, and they just finished this. So I imagine it's gonna be out by 2020. Hopefully. It would be so nice. Be out by 2020. Be as good of a leap in quality as this, so the appropriate quality at the time. But anyway, that's it for Dragon Age Inquisition. If you guys want to see me play multiplayer and play with me, that's definitely a possibility. Send me a friend request on Origin, Golfreak246. It's the only platform I don't add friends on Steam, but I do add them on Origin. If I get enough people who are interested, I might start doing the multiplayer, although I haven't touched it yet, so I will be low level. But otherwise, thank you all much for watching, and God bless.